A journey with grace through transformation. Let me first define what I mean by grace so that I can then examine grace in the context of the sequential steps of transformation: awareness, acceptance, and change. Grace is an exalted state of divine influence, resulting in no difficulties, challenges, struggles, guilt, or burdens. Grace may come through awareness in those moments when time seems to stand still. At times it can feel like a flash of light. Sometimes something dawns on us, a new insight, seeing something a different way or anew, realizing our judgments or condemnations. This awareness may come out of the blue. It may come from a traumatic event, or it may come as a result of our devotional or similar practice. But grace is always brought to and through us. Grace is not something we do necessarily. It is an allowing, mostly unconscious, of something other than our small self to show us something else, a new vision. Even though we may be shown something anew, it does not necessarily mean we will accept and adopt that new vision. In the movie classic Christmas Carol, the main character, Ebenezer Scrooge, was invited by 3 ghosts and visited by 3 ghosts and shown things from his past, present, and future. Initially, Mr. Scrooge did not want to accept many of these visions. It was only toward the end of his journey into the future did Mr. Scrooge begin to accept what he was being shown. Once Mr. Scrooge began to accept what he was being shown, did change unfold and occur. The story of the Christmas Carol is symbolic of so many of our journey, with grace through awareness, acceptance, and change. Allow me to use a personal example of journey with grace through awareness, acceptance, and change. In 2006, grace came to me in a flash of light-like experience. On a fateful 2006 morning, I awoke to a clear and audible message. It was the closest I've ever come in my life to hearing a voice from the ethers speak to me. The message was, Rob, simplify your life, materially, financially, and relationally. That is, with other people. In the days that followed, I became intensely aware how unhappy I was with my life. At the time, I was still in the headspace of blaming everything and everyone around me for my unhappiness. It's their fault. They did this, they did that. But the underlying awareness of my unhappiness was acute. Fear quickly reared its head as I asked myself the questions. What do I do now? How do I change my life? What do I change? What do I change to? The fear was so intense that this sorry state of my life was my lot in life. By grace and but grace flowed in again and gave me the courage to accept that if I wanted to change my life, and I wanted my life to change, then I had to change my life. No one or no thing was going to do it for me. When I began working with a life coach in 2007, I began to accept and be willing to take responsibility for my life. Fear was ever present throughout the transformation, but so was grace. I reached a point in the transformation that the fear of change was less than the fear of staying the same. It was at that grace-filled moment that I knew change was possible. Even after releasing myself from corporate Canada in August 2009, 2009, and jettisoning away of life. The fear remained, but again, grace showed the way. I surrendered to life. I can remember lying in bed, trembling with fear. What am I going to do now? I was out of work for the first time in my life. I had no solid leads on a new job. I felt like I was afloat in the middle of the ocean with no sight of shore. The boat I was in felt very small and not particularly seaworthy, but I would lullaby myself to sleep each night with the words, "Thy will be done. You have me now. Guide me where you would have me be." As the days, months, and years unfolded, change slowly and gradually occurred. And as the days, months, and years unfolded, I came to trust more in life. I was able to trust more in life because grace was walking alongside of me. I was able to tune in more to Grace's divine-filled presence and allow it to guide me. The result was fewer difficulties, challenges, struggles, guilt, and burdens.